greenhouse gases in the atmosphere make sea level rise?
Rising sea levels are the biggest threat to islands like ours. You told me that you learned about the Earth and water cycle in science, right?
Right.
So you learned about the continental ice sheets?
I think so.
The continental ice sheets are the thick layers of snow and ice that cover the Earth's north and south poles. Every year that people create more greenhouse gases and they get trapped in the atmosphere, the Earth's average temperature rises. What happens when ice warms?
It melts.
That's right. Each year, the average global temperature has increased a fraction of a degree. Although that may sound small, collectively through the years, the continental ice sheets that cover the land near the north and south poles are already feeling these effects and melting. Also, when water gets warmer, it expands. This process is called thermal expansion. The combination of the melting continental ice shelves and thermal expansion are causing sea levels to rise.
So the sea level will rise everywhere in the world, just like when I'm sitting in the bathtub?
It's a little more complicated than that. The sea level will rise in all of the ocean basins around the world, but it won't rise the same everywhere. In fact, it will actually be lower near California and higher near us. Winds are responsible for moving water, kind of like if you see the wind making ripples across the surface of the lagoon. And here in the Western Pacific, we have very strong trade winds that regulate our weather patterns, but they also push ocean surface water to the west.
Grandpa told me when he was my age, he and his friends would play on the beach and have barbecues underneath the trees. Now the trees are falling into the sea.
That's right. The combination of sea level rise with strong winds and waves from storms causes these beaches to erode even faster. And scientists are especially concerned for our neighbors in low-lying atolls, like those in the Marshall Islands, who may not have a place to live at all.
That's sad.
It is, David. It really is.
Would that happen here in Saipan?
If we don't start taking action, yes, it will impact many low-lying places along our coasts. Sea level rise in Saipan will increase coastal erosion. Beaches will disappear, and roads, homes, and businesses will be damaged or even destroyed. As the ocean rises, it can even affect the fresh water we drink because the water we pump from our wells may become saltier. Coastal environments and ecosystems, such as our last remaining mangrove forest found in American Memorial Park, will either adapt to these changes or else disappear. Because sea levels will be higher, storm surges from typhoons will extend further inland and damage our roads and flood into our communities. And as the global temperatures increase, scientists warn stronger and more frequent typhoons will occur.
That's kind of scary.
Well, the good news is that scientists, natural resource managers, and communities all over the world are working together. Here in the CNMI, communities are learning different ways to prepare for these changes.
How?
Well, constructing new buildings, roads, and other infrastructure away from the shoreline for one. That way, new infrastructure is protected against sea level rise and storm surge. In order to protect existing buildings, we can keep our shorelines healthy by planting coastal vegetation. Their dense roots keep the shorelines more stable and in place, and that will help slow down coastal erosion.
I can help plant plants by the shoreline?
You sure can. Also, taking care of the existing natural resources helps them become more resilient to these changes. Coral reefs, for example, protect the shoreline from strong currents and waves that can increase erosional processes. Keeping coral reefs healthy by preventing stormwater and sediment runoff will allow them to remain healthy and strong. That way, they can resist changing climate and weather patterns. So there are lots of ways we can prepare against climate change impacts by using natural solutions. However, the longer we wait to take action, natural choices won't be an option and we will have to consider hard structures like breakwaters and seawalls.
Are those bad?
They are expensive. They destroy the natural ecosystems and they are also temporary. Natural solutions are always the best way to go. We must work together now to help our people and environment become resilient to climate change impacts.
Do you think we can do it?
I know we can. We just have to spread the word and do our parts.